Hey there, Mount Air First Christian Church followers. Welcome to another edition of On the Shelf. My name is Darren Dolachek, pastor here at First Christian Church, and this show is an effort that I am taking to introduce and highlight various titles that we have here on the shelf in our church library found in our fellowship hall here at First Christian Church. We've emphasized a few different sections of the library, but we've talked a little bit about this reference section here, and I want to highlight one title that maybe isn't specifically for library use as though you would show up and always check it out, but this is the ESV Study Bible. Study Bibles are wonderful tools for, studying the Bible. And so if you are interested in a good study Bible to have at home, this is one that I use a lot, highly recommend, with lots of just footnotes and good cross-referencing and study helps, that if you were interested in just checking it out, you could always pick it up and look at it here at the church. It does have commentary on most verses. So if you weren't wanting to dive into a Matthew Henry commentary or even Warren Wiersbe, or wanting to pick up any of these other commentaries we have and read a lot of information on a passage, but just kind of wanted to help answer a few questions you might have, a study Bible is a great place to go to. They can kind of help point you in different directions to get some of the answers that you might need. So this is a study Bible that I use, that I recommend if you are looking for a good study Bible. And so it is here on our shelf for you to check in on and to look through. There are a lot of good helps in this study Bible, and if I could find back on page 6, I believe it was, the table of contents of what all is included for the special reading in this Bible, there are just a ton of good resources. It has obviously a plan of salvation. There are 30 pages of some biblical doctrine. There are 25 pages of biblical ethics discussing various issues in our life. It's got interpreting the Bible section, or reading the Bible section, how to read it theologically and as literature, how to read the Bible in prayer and communion with God. Has a section on the canon of Scripture, why we have the canon, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the reliability of Bible manuscripts, archaeology in the Bible, the original languages of the Bible, section on the Septuagint, how the Bible works in Christianity, so the Bible in Roman Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, liberal Protestantism, evangelical Protestantism, and then global Christianity, and the Bible and world religions like Judaism and other world religions, and Islam, and how it interacts with other faiths such as Mormonism, Jehovah's Witnesses, Christian Science, New Age movement, charts and diagrams. There is one that's very interesting. It has the history of salvation in the Old Testament, which is going to highlight for you. It's a nice chart laid out of, when you're reading through your Old Testament, foreshadowings or predictions, prophecies of Jesus, this idea of the coming reality of Christ in the New Testament, where that's foreshadowed in the Old Testament. There is a couple, it looks like about 2 pages on the history of salvation in the Old Testament. Now, I was right the first time. It is about 30 pages on the history of salvation in the Old Testament. So, if you're looking for a good study Bible, we have this resource here at our church library. I invite you to grab it out, to take a look at it. There's a reading plan in there if you wanted to show up and just check off to get through the Bible. I encourage you to pick up the ESV Study Bible. Thanks for checking out this episode of On the Shelf. And until next time, happy reading.